And we're back with some important concepts this week on the slave trade. So, the first important concept we need to understand is the idea of the Middle Passage. Now, the Middle Passage usually describes the ship journey from Africa to the New World, whether that's the Caribbean or America proper. This week, we will read and watch several accounts of the journey. I know you guys have probably had a little bit of this in high school and middle school. With the slave trade and everything. But when we refer to the Middle Passage, we're referring to that ship journey where all of those people were stuffed down in the hold in not enough space for like a coffin, right? Coffins are bigger than the space they had. That's what we're referring to for the Middle Passage. And the Middle Passage was part of something called the Triangular Trade or the Triangle of Trade. And this was really the economic basis for slavery as it came to be defined in this time period. So this refers to the 3 points of the ship's journey, right? So those ships are starting in Europe and they're bringing food, metal, trinkets, whatever the African people are trading at that moment for their people. So they're taking that stuff from Europe, usually finished goods or food, to Africa. They trade off the things that they've brought from Europe, take the people on the boat, and then they cross the Atlantic over to the Caribbean or the Americas. Once the people are offloaded, then they fill the boats back up with sugar or rum. Later, you're going to see this with like cotton and stuff like this, but in early parts of the trade, it's going to be sugar and rum, and it goes back to Europe to start the whole process again. So from start to finish, if you started from, say, Liverpool, which was where a lot of these where a lot of these journeys did start, if you started in Liverpool, you would start in Liverpool, go down to Africa, Africa over to the Caribbean back to Liverpool. That whole journey was about 2 years. And then they do it again, and they do it again. And when they went back to Europe, they'd repair the boats, update them, whatever they needed to do there in home port. So those are really important concepts that we need to understand moving forward in terms of the economics of the slave trade, which is super gross, and we don't like to think about it because they're people, not things. But this is how it was done, right? It was for a business purpose. It was for making money. So gross but important concepts, and I'll see you guys in the next video.